who has petard? You know.
I'm getting a call from Colt, guys. Hold on. Hi, what's going on, Colt? How you doing, man?
Right now, but listen, how am I supposed to tell the boys that I'm gonna
How you doing?
fucking fed?
You know, I'm doing all right. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Okay?
Oh.
And give this to your other little daddy issues.
Bring the phone over here. I want to hear.
Group of degenerates. All right? For affirmation from Mr. K. Here's the thing, Torres. If I have officers being shot at from a scene from you guys on the last day of a high yield warrant, and officers are being shot, and they have no idea you guys are involved or you're part of a shootout or anything like that, and y'all shoot down my officers again, I will fucking kick down each of your fucking doors on repeat, because that's the things we can do if you got a warrant. You understand me? Y'all play nice, or I will teach you what it is. Not.
How's that our problem?
You understand?
So, okay. So you're gonna kick in our doors at our properties if we end up in a shootout with the cops?
No, Suarez. Listen.
And what you? Well, that's what you just said, though.
I know you have more brain cells than this.
Okay, say it. You just said that, though, Cole. You just said that.
What I said was that if you go and shoot down and chase down officers not involved in shit, in shootouts, again, when they have no idea of knowing without saying a goddamn word, we will use the options at our disposal, which are kicking down your doors for having warrants, which is looking for raids.
He was on the floor.
To be fair, I was on the floor, so I feel like you're having a conversation with the wrong person. But I mean, I can let everyone know. But I was on the floor.
I'm letting you know to pass the message, because I'm gonna tell you something.
Was the guys in the
These police officers, they play with you with fucking kitty mitts right now. They do. And let's just be honest about it. They do. And I'm gonna tell you something. We got a form of mutual respect Monday to Friday, but it seems Saturday to Sunday, that respect don't exist. We don't do certain things, but we will.
My thing is, how is the boy supposed to know?
Bro, Suarez, fight back.
Okay, listen, I'm a little confused because I mean, listen, I was down the ground, so like I said, I might not be the best person to talk about it, but these officers were coming into the active scene while they were still shooting, like cops trying to get us out.
Don't call me, bro. Like, you're not.
Yeah. How big do you think a scene is? Whereas, do you think a scene should include 30 city blocks? 40
we just
city
had
blocks?
a shootout on the road. He was on.
Brother,
You're on speakerphone. You can talk to him, guys. You can talk to him. We're here on speakerphone. You can talk. What?
I can't hear him.
No, he hears you.
The scene is 30 city blocks.
He's saying the scene was 30 city blocks, but was it?
No, it wasn't. But the scenario where he was shot down, we were on the train track. He was 1 block away. 1 block.
1 block away.
Would
you like for me to do a demonstration for you of where that scene spam?
Yeah, if you'd like to. It originated from the train track.
I can redline it. I can draw a big box around it for you. It's the entire southeast portion of the city.
Brother, people can't take
reasonable and unreasonable, gentlemen. Unreasonable.
He doesn't want to accept blame. Like, bro, just don't be in the area. Like, legit.
We were being chased down.
You certainly should be saying something to officers before you open fire on them, because you want officers just doing that to you? I mean, you get out with a gun?
Well, in that scenario, who do we know who to shoot? Who do we know what to shoot? Understand? Like, I understand what you're saying, and fights should be contained and they shouldn't be left willy-nilly. I understand that. Like, there has to be some sort of backlash or firing. But in that scenario, the cops were pulling in and chasing us. Think of the second car, the original one that me and Curtis open fired on, was below Taco.
It was below Taco?
While Taco was shooting.
Hey, these guys need to explain it. I was down.
Right up and said, "We're not involved."
They need to explain it.
At that point, we already chased him down the block. And when we were shooting, you know what I mean? In that scenario, it's so impossible to it's like if a gang member was to sit on the edge of the borderline of the block of a scenario that was going down.
I want you to look at a map. You fought from Capitol Boulevard. There's shots fired all up Capitol Boulevard, all the way down to Hangar Way. All the way from Little Bighorn, all the way to the furthest point of Labor Place.
Yeah, because cops were driving.
Yeah, cops were driving around, and there was shootouts within moving vehicles. Like it wasn't contained to one area.
it was moving around, you know?
Yeah, but the problem is that if you guys are going and a situation is done, right,
It
and you're
wasn't
coming
done, though,
back, that was fucking done. If you guys are coming back to situations that are done,
It wasn't
After
It
done.
you
wasn't
know,
done. We were down on the ground though,
Wasn't
Colt.
done.
Me,
It was not
me
done.
me and Zolo were down on the ground,
Yeah,
and
how
they
was
were
it
still
done? I
cops
was
on
still
our
being
bodies
shot.
while they were trying to get
And
us
we were
out.
getting shot from the rooftops and stuff like that, and then cars as well.
but you're saying that it wasn't done because you had 2 guys down. So
No, I was on the
you think
road
it's
being
not
shot
done
by a guy
because
on a roof.
you have to go away, wrap your wounds, put a bunch of plates on, wait 2 minutes, and
actually
then the police are
didn't.
supposed to know it's done.
I was fine.
No, I can attest. I was on the ground and there was 3 cops around me shooting at Curtis and Zaki.
And they were on the rooftops
Yeah,
above
it was
where
on the
our bodies
rooftop.
were,
we
and
were fighting them to
holding
try
down
to-
their bodies, and they
to
were
grab
shooting them
the-
on the rooftops.
to grab the homies.
Who shot me down?
And who shot you
I didn't
down?
even know you. Yeah, I wasn't even fucking involved.
I don't know. I
But
mean, I was down
I
on the
was
ground.
chasing some random guy with police equipment.
I mean, you guys shoot Cole? I don't know. I didn't see that, so I
Bro,
can't really.
I shot
You
any
already
cop
meant to
that
shoot
was
everyone
in our
else,
area
gentlemen.
that we were fighting in. That's
Who was in
the
the black
scene was
car
so
chasing
active.
us? Who was in the black car chasing me and Taco while we were driving away? Was that who? Was that Tinker? Was that you guys?
yeah, I don't know which car they were.
Yeah, Tinker was with Colt. Tinker told me he was with Colt.
You guys were chasing us. Me and Taco in the gold car, and me and Taco jumped out.
Yeah, did I shoot at you in your gold car?
You're chasing us with your lights on after we've just been shooting cops.
How would I know that, Zakid?
How would we know?
How would we know? That's what we're saying,
This-
Cole.
this-
How would
this-
they
So
know?
why don't you
How am I
fucking say
supposed to know?
anything? What was the difference
Oh
in you
my-
saying stop chasing us, stop doing this, stop doing that? Oh, we just shot your cops. What happened to words?
We were.
Because it was an active fight.
Yeah,
People
I'm
were
being
getting
shot
shot.
by
The cops
cops.
were
If I go
actively
down, I go
shooting
to
us.
jail
Oh, so
for
it's
400.
with Zakid and whoever he was with, that was active.
Me and Taco, I literally was just before you pulled up and chased us. Taco picked me up off the road where I was being gunned at by a guy on the roof. I was literally bandaging while you were chasing us. I was literally being shot at when Taco scooped me.
You were not being shot all the way down Popular Street to Hanger Way. That
No,
is bullshit.
Taco drove down that way while I was bandaging because I had just been shot from the roof, and then we saw
Yeah,
you
we gotta go
chasing
save
us
the
down the
car.
road. So we assumed it was the same people shooting us.
Yeah, well, what does assuming do?
Can you
Zakid?
can you check the can you check the ground? I dropped 100.
I don't know what to say in that
Right.
scenario. Assuming is
Never wrong. Is that what it is? You can just have a shootout from north to south and expect no other police involvement.
Right here, like if you know you.
And everyone just has
I
to
mean,
shot.
I think what it says, they already like the shootout already kicked off, and like shooting was already started. So like any cops in the area, like you know, like
But
it's
how
sort of
do
like
people
they're
know
assuming
the
everyone's
shooting is
fine.
ended?
Oh my god.
All I'm telling you is you guys have an unreasonable expectation.
Well, the shooting was still going on the rooftops, is what we're saying. Like there were still cops on the rooftops above Zoe and I's bodies that were still defending our bodies and shooting at them while they're driving around. So if they saw like a Charger that's like in the area right next to them, I mean, they're assuming they're also there to kill them.
If
You know?
look at where that went from, north to south, the whole way, but no one was shooting them that whole time. I don't take that as reasonable. It's taking shortcuts.
What
I don't know
what
the
did he
spot.
say? What did-
He's
what
saying
did
the
he-
spot that where Colt got shot at and they weren't involved. He's saying that they were
Oh.
far away from the scene. But Zaki,
I don't know where
I
they
don't
were.
I don't know where they were.
Hanger Way all the way down.
They're saying they were
All
at
the way
Hanger
down.
Way. So the southern part of Cyprus. Hanger Way, where
We're
like
literally-
the
we
big
were in
building
a-
is.
is. All we knew is we were in a 1080.
Curtis, can you
There was lots of
Uh,
other cops were telling me that they were just driving Elysian Fields or down like far off to the west of the scene, and they were getting shot too.
I can't really. It's hard for me to speak to positioning because I don't know the positioning of where.
Just saying that it,
Oh,
you know,
fuck, I
like,
got it, but my inventory is
the
full.
cops-
Hold on, let me give you that.
cops are limited to what they can bring to a scene, right? If it goes this way, then there's no point in the limit.
But no, I I grabbed
Well,
it, but
essentially, right? Okay, it was always my impression. If there's a shootout between two parties or cops, there's a triage point. They sit on the edge. They wait for it to be over. They go in and scoop in. I've never seen cops like driving around, circling around, because at that point it just gets confusing, no? Like that's how I.
Stage to get medicals.
But the shootout was still ongoing. You know what I mean? Like
Listen,
I get you're
from
trying
our
to like.
perspective,
Is he
there's a
speaking or
break
is
in
it
the
content?
shooting.
Yeah, he's
a
speaking.
big break.
Say it again,
Huge
Colt.
break in the shoot. There was a huge break in the shooting. I know what you're saying, but you're not putting into the point that there was a huge break in the shooting. You're not accounting for it.
I mean, I was under fire a lot. I didn't really have a break. I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't think I had a minute's worth of break until I was bandaging behind a wall in the compound.
I think we need to look at the timings there because I think you were not under fire for quite a bit, and then other people weren't because we stopped.
Yeah, we can look.
Getting
I'm
all
not,
alerts. And
I mean,
yeah,
I got you. I got you. I mean, maybe you saw something and we saw something else.
Basically down, and at that point, Fu and Carter told me that they negotiated with you guys to stop shooting. So that doesn't make any sense to me.
I think that was at the end though, Cole, when because I heard that part when I was on the ground. Yeah, they didn't shoot after that though. There was after the negotiation.
Said they want to ceasefire to pick up their boys, and we left and left.
Well, yes, they did shoot after that because I got shot after that.
No.
No. The whole no one for the squad shot after the negotiation was made.
Who was the officer? Okay.
No, once they came in for our bodies, Cole, and they were here, like Taco rolled in. And he radioed that it's a ceasefire. They don't want to shoot. We grabbed our boys and we left. There was no one fired a bullet after that.
One of you guys was at the bridge going to Little Bighorn, shooting an officer in a rolling shootout.
It was the Yuzuki?
No one was on the bridge.
Bridge, Bighorn, I don't know.
I think I know who Zakid was. Based on what he was saying, I think he was the guy with the police shield.
Yeah.
Right. So Zakid, it would have been to the west of you in that alley on that bridge. Whoever was in the cars there.
I don't know. I was on foot the whole time. My car went out literally at the start.
You're saying you got shot after the ceasefire, after we were getting our guys, but I don't know.
After the ceasefire.
I don't.
No. There's no way.
When Zakid got into his car,
there's no way.
Right before that was the ceasefire.
Unless somebody told him something on the radio, but when
I got shot during the ceasefire.
Right, then maybe that was maybe we have to look at because that weren't us.
100% when the
you
cops
didn't shoot
came down
after the ceasefire, right?
No. Zakid, Curtis, and Taco was were over our bodies.
Yeah.
That's when they pulled up to our
Who
bodies.
negotiated the ceasefire?
No. Well, Fu just said we want a ceasefire. Then like they were yelling out like ceasefire.
Said it over radio, so we were all like, just okay.
The fool waved down Taco, and Taco was in front of our body on the train tracks, and then that Zakid and Curtis were there too. So there was no shooting after that.
I was in like a back alleyway.
Nobody called nobody. Carter only person that called was Carter, and Carter called me, but I was down. So none of these cops reached out to any of these guys to ceasefire or anything.
Well,
So
Taco just told us on radio, like stop shooting the ceasefire.
What did you say, Cole?
Who did this? Who did the ceasefire? Which one of you was negotiating it?
We didn't though. No one is as we were saying. No one negotiated. Fu was just saying we want to do a ceasefire. We don't know how to get in contact with him. And I think Taco just overheard them yelling that out or something. Taco overheard something, and then he called out on the radio to us that it was a ceasefire. So we learned from Taco.
Said everyone just move. Everyone just leave.
But this was after you got shot, Colt. So I don't know if the officer told you that he ceased fire before, but that was way after you got shot, by the way.
It was a local?
When Fu told Taco, because they were talking to us on the ground and saying it, but we're like, well, we couldn't really talk because we're on the ground. So, and then Fu yelled, and then Taco was in that area, and then he told Taco, and then Taco was like, all right, put their bodies in our car, and then that's what's up. But you was shot already before that, so there's definitely a miscommunication.
5 minutes before that.
Yeah. So there was definitely a miscommunication I don't know if a cop told you that, but that's not what happened from our side.
Okay. And then let me ask this other question then. Do we really think that we're out of gas is enough to fucking just shoot cops in an alley?
No.
No.
See, this is the thing, right? So we was in a meeting in K-Town with some other gangs. We come out of K-Town, we have 8 cops surrounding us.
All off record.
Pull us over, and we're like, what is going on? Oh, pull over. They go after someone else. Then we pull down the street. They say this car was in a race, and they're felony stopping us. We're like, this car hasn't even been raced all day. Then one cop jumps out and puts a tracker on our car. I've got a warrant that's probably 1,000 months right now. Suarez has one. So we're like, maybe they're after us for the warrant. And the cops were like, yo, they want that action, so we gonna give them that action. So we did a head punk, like, hey man, we oughta ask, we oughta gas to fool them, and then we popped off. But I don't know why they acting like they're innocent, like they didn't come at us with 8 cars while we were minding
Guns
our
on
business.
lab, everything.
Yeah,
Hey,
have
everyone get your
warrant.
guns on lab. We're gonna
Have
get them
warrants,
here.
guys. Having warrants isn't minding your business. That means you haven't minded your business in a while.
Yeah, but if we have warrants, then they gotta expect that we're not gonna go. I'm not going to jail for 1,000 months.
Say something. Just don't say. Because what ends up happening is I'm trying to get these
we were
guys
talking
to
the
treat you
whole.
with
No, we were
respect.
talking
We
the whole
had a
time.
whole
It lost the whole.
conversation. We had a whole conversation
for
with these
15,
guys for
20 minutes.
half an hour.
Yeah,
It
I
was-
know, but still, if you're having a full conversation and you said I'm out of gas, and then you start shooting, still
No,
that doesn't set a
that's
good
just so they-
expectation.
That's to bait them in so they run into it.
Oh my fucking god! That's the point I'm talking about. They have no indication they're going to get shot at all, and then they're just getting shot. They're trying to give you guys grace.
Grace with 8 fucking unit, like 8 people. I don't know.
So okay, I get what you're so.
Do you expect them to come with 2 units to try to arrest you for your warrant?
But
Yeah, and you expect us to give them like an advantage though, like when they already have one?
It's not about an advantage or disadvantage.
Oh, we're criminals, right? We wanna make sure we get out of there.
It's about I'm trying to get the cops to treat you with respect, right? That's what I'm doing right now. And if you're going to treat them with disrespect, it's very hard for me to fulfill that mission. And it is disrespect to not have at least some unspoken code.
So I get what you're saying. In sense, you're basically saying like, if we're gonna pop it off with them, just be like to them,
You don't
like,
have to like
listen.
cops. You do not have to like cops, Zakid. Stop being fucking stupid for 2 fucking seconds. It's not about liking cops or not liking cops. It's the fact that we have a lot of tools at our disposal that we don't use. Do you want me to start using them?
No, I get what you're saying, but I feel like a lot of these cops are like manipulating a story to fool you, because at the end of the day, these motherfuckers will just be like showing up to the scenes. They be 13 a.m. Like I just talked to Carter. Carter's like, yeah, we had 8 and we had 2 ready set up.
I just literally chewed their fucking whole asses up.
Colt, let's be honest.
that.
How many times you yell at these motherfuckers every day, every week? You come in.
Not that much. I haven't had to yell at anyone since. I have not been on a daily yelling at these people since.
Say it daily, but you've told these guys enough where they should know. But I feel like these guys are like, oh, all we're gonna do is get yelled at, and that's it. There's no like, they'll just show up on multiple scenes, and then it's like, oh well.
But what is the problem you're saying here? Is because they 13-8'd?
No, it's not.
It
It's
didn't
not,
cause
it's,
that big of a problem.
It's no. It's like I'm not using that as a one thing. There's a numerous amount of things. Like we had a cop hostage the other day, 2 cops hostage. They open up fire and start shooting us, and then all of it is like, well, go to jail and deal with that shit somewhere else. Like their attitude sucks when it comes to that.
It was like a miscommunication here. Misunderstanding, bro.
Now when they get met with certain aggression, and it doesn't go their way, they act like victims. That's my whole point. It's like, okay, well, we give you respect, but then when some shit happens and it's like, oh well, that's not our problem.
That. Based on what I just heard, I don't know if that's respect. To be honest, like I still don't think that the way you open up on them is right.
No, I get what you're saying from just that standpoint, but there's also a build up of just constant shit. So there's a reason why.
But if you were just going to use that buildup, Solo, now as I'm here trying to fix this shit with other people and putting like a lot of time into it, and you're going to keep being on that level, is I'm going to fix shit, but I'm going to fix shit in a way that gives them a lot more tools to do with the shit you're doing, because you're escalating it. And we can't get into this thing of police escalate, criminals escalate, police escalate, criminal escalate. At the end of the day, I know you guys are criminals. You're not going to like cops. I don't expect that for a second, right? What I do expect is that we have to respect the fact that there's always going to be cops. There's always going to be big criminal gangs, right? Not you, it's someone else.
Correct.
And we got to know there's got to be some unspoken respect, you know, on certain things for us to be able to coexist. You are a necessary evil in the world, just as well as you see me and everyone with me is a necessary evil in the a necessary evil in the world. It's not us, it's something else. You know what I mean?
All right.
I get what you're saying, and I agree from what you're saying from that perspective. But where's when the cops do all this bad shit and we go to jail for a certain amount of months, 400 months, and it's like, oh well, just who do we talk to at that point? Because there's no repercussions for them in that sense. I'm not saying every cop does that, because there's great cops, but there's a lot of cops. I get what you're saying. Well, if they escalate, then you escalate, then they escalate, then you escalate. It's just an ongoing situation. But they came out on 10 from the start. And I don't think they were saying we have warrants. I'm just using that as maybe the grace of saying maybe they think we had warrants, because they didn't even see who we was in there. We rolled down and they were set up.
You.
Well, I mean, so the thing is though, they pulled over my car, but I have fake plates on it, and they said their reason for the stop was for street racing, that this car was being used in street racing, and I never raced at all this morning or at all today, you know? And that's what they're saying, they pulled a vehicle.
Someone told you that. Someone told you they're pulling you over for street racing.
100%.
Antoine and his colleague, I mean, they were all there, like, listening.
While having guns out, while running up with a tracking device, trying to track the car, like what?
Yeah, he hopped out with the GPS launcher to launch it at us. I mean, then we pulled off, and then we pulled back over to stop and talk, because we said we wanted to talk and see what's going on here. They were saying let's talk, so we pulled over and talk, and we asked him what's the reason for getting pulled over. And he said, "Oh, we've seen this vehicle in street racing." And then I started to question, because I genuinely never street raced at all today. And they said, "Okay, well, fuck the street racing. We just need to." What did he say, guys? He said identify you or something like that. I'm not sure, but I had fake plates on the car, changed the paint color of it this morning as well. I mean, I did all those steps to avoid, the heat of having a warrant. So I don't know how it went from we 100% are sure.
Yeah, and they come out the car, gun on laps. And listen, I'm all cool with all that shit. Like, they can be aggressive, but you're gonna get met with aggression. So I guess next time if that happens, it's gonna be like, hey guys, if you guys keep doing this, we're gonna shoot you. I'm gonna say 100 times, so they could go set up and go on.
About saying 100 times, at least giving an escalation to the situation, so that people at least have an idea that it's going there.
Yeah, and and I get what you're saying, but just at our point of view, we were just setting up an ambush. What's the point of an ambush? And the ambush is supposed to be blindsided, but I get what you're saying. From now on, I'll let them know.
Yeah, just give something, because just stopping and saying you're out of gas is not enough to just unload on people. I don't give a shit. You guys might have a code word. It probably seems cool to you. I'm gonna tell you something. The PD have a lot of things they can do that they don't do. I don't want to go there because
they
gets
do a lot
shit.
as well. It's
don't. You want to see what the PD can and should be doing?
I mean, I'm down for whatever. That's not my point. My point is, I feel like they escalated when, like I said, they're trying to track the car, shoot the car. Is that not
Is that so bad? Would you rather that I allow the 40 cops to go the first shot you shoot down and just trickle in over and over and over again?
Well,
for me, that's not what happened today. There was 40 cops around, and they could have did it. No, you're overreacting.
I'm overreacting a little bit. I've been overreacting a little bit, but they've been triggering a lot of. They've been forgetting numbers a lot for some reason, but that's neither here or there.
They're forgetting numbers by 2 or 3 or 4. It's not forgetting numbers by 30, 40. You know, like
Yeah.
I'm
No,
gonna
I
tell
got
you
you.
is that like that's where it starts to go, guys. It's like it turns to okay, well now we just have to let all the PD go. Okay, they have a warrant. Let's knock down their door every time they have a warrant. Let's use exigent circumstances. You know, like it goes to these places, and it goes to oh well, let's not have a conversation. Let's completely trick them, and then just jump them with 10 officers that we hide in an alleyway. It turns into that shit. Which, if you think a tracker is bad, I would argue that all of that's things like that are put in place as an alternative to these things that would piss you off way more. So, like, where's the line? Are we just going to keep putting the line down where the PD can't do anything?
But yeah, but no one's saying they can't do nothing. Like but at that point, like I said, if 8 PD cars pull up over a traffic stop of a questioning about racing of a car that didn't have the same plate, didn't have the same color, they sat there saying, "Everybody get your guns out! Everybody get your guns out!" over radio in front of the car, knowing what that's gonna call. You know, they knew what they were doing off the rip.
I'll look into how they did the ID, but to say like more than anything, it sounds like a really bad attempt at their point to like trick you.
Yeah, no, listen, Colt, I don't want you to be like, tell these guys like, we like the aggression, we like the fuck shit. I don't want them to be toning down on what they gotta do. If they gotta do what they gotta do, but also, I just want them to.
What happens when we get offended about everything, and that's the
No,
problem.
no.
It means
I don't
they're
want.
getting offended over a tracker. Like,
No, it's not that.
No, offended is a wrong term. I don't think that's right because you guys are getting offended that you got shot down because you drove through a shootout. Is that not the same principle?
Am I offended?
I don't know. Am I? I'm not offended.
It sounds like I'm trying to work through an issue, Zakid. But if you want to be a bitch, then we can handle that.
I'm not being a bitch. Is it not this? Is that not the same thing?
Zakid, those are very different things.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think they are.
But Cole, all I'm saying is, okay, I'm not telling you to tone down on no fuck shit. Let them do what they want. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't want them to be Pikachu when they do get shot. And I understand what you're saying. Next time I'll, maybe, hey, I'm out of gas is not enough. And you're right. Next time we'll adjust that from our side. But just, they also got to understand that if they do come with aggression, it's going to turn into something. And they need to eat that if it doesn't go their way.
I don't think anyone has a problem with that at all, Zolo. It's about knowing that we're getting to the point of that aggression. I think that's the issue that we have right now is like, if you guys are just going to go and say, I'm out of gas and start shooting, we got 2 officers down right at the beginning of an encounter without us even being able to like know that aggression has changed, right? You're taking advantage of the situation. Essentially. 10 officers on these things for a reason, right? If this is the way it's going to be, then it needs to be like 16, to be honest with you, or it needs to be no limit. And we just need to say trash all the limits that we put in place to try to limit the aggression officers can bring, because it gets fucking stupid. Now, other people understand this, but for some reason, like, my friction point is with you guys, and it's always on the weekend.
What do you mean? You guys like keep saying that, but we literally just had
with
K.
The weekdays usually end up being the most shootouts.
We literally had a shootout with K and literally said, "Hey, we're stuck. Our car's out," and turn around and shut the cop. Like, so I don't know why we the little guys get all the bullshit, bro.
Who said K was a
little guy? I'm a thug.
I'm a thug. I'm just saying, like you said, it always happens around the weekend. So you implying something.
I'm implying that this problem happens a lot more on the weekends than it does any other time.
I'm not around on the weekends. The first weekend I've been around.
All the daddies aren't home, and Grandpa, Vinny.
What?
I'm only around Sunday, so.
If that's the case, when Daddy's around, Daddy's the one doing the shooting. We just fucking have to tag along.
No, Daddy.
No, Daddy be gunning down everyone. I just have to fucking sit there and help him out. I don't gun down anyone.
CG Daddy and PD Daddy on the same page on a lot of things. Y'all aren't.
Nah, that's cap.
That's
cap.
That's not cap.
I'm not gonna let that I'll strongly disagree with you. Acting like we just wild and reckless on the weekends. I only wake up on Sundays. The kids around Sunday. We hold down the weekends.
Sunday I've been around in fuck knows how long. I'm never around on the weekends.
Mostly Suarez.
Yeah,
I was in mostly Suarez.
Valid. Because I'm never around on weekends. So if it's Suarez, That's
No,
why.
I'm not gonna let the
Definitely-
blame
and
just
definitely
fall all on
Ace
me. That doesn't. What?
Fuck it,
Oh,
we'll
and
blame
Curtis.
Suarez. I'm down for that.
What the hell?
That's
Yeah,
not Suarez.
just because you're off with someone, for half the day up on a mountaintop somewhere doesn't mean I don't see you too.
Mmm.
Are you
All
Good
right.
boy.
Okay.
I will say though, I do have one thing that I want to say is like, with the number thing that you talked about, it seems as though like imagine we had more. I feel like we get fucked for it, but like you know what I mean, fucked. Like I'm on a vacation type shit. But is that the same thing with cops, or is it just like, oh fuck?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Just
I
because
didn't know
you
if it
don't
would
think
just
it
be like,
is.
oh fuck, they had more. Whoopsie doo. You know what I
But
mean?
a lot of times it's not the people's fault that
Yeah.
contribute to it is the problem. It's the person who hits a 13A or does something else, and that's who go.
Yeah. How is?
And I don't know if I agree with like they need more cops. Like, do you just not want like people ambushing people? Like, because is that
No,
what?
it's just about it
what I
needs to
said.
be even. It needs to have an even field, and
Yeah, but I feel
criminals
like it
always
still
shoot
is. Maybe they
first.
just need to like be smarter, like more tactical.
Well, that's part of it. Curtis.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Scorpions?
Huh?
Wait, what did he say?
He said something about scorpions.
Is he talking to
Yes,
somebody else?
he just said something about scorpion.
Nah,
No
nah.
idea
I don't know.
about
I didn't hear what he said.
We're drinking that tequila that has a scorpion in it, or whatever the fuck it is.
Lucky I'm not Croc or Tarts or Pac, because they'd have a 10-page investigation file and raid
I
warrants
mean, let's
on
be
you for that
honest. This
statement.
combo is kind of, you know what I mean?
Anyway, the reality here is that while I agree to a certain level, Curtis, I think the reality is that you aren't looking at the reality situation, which is 4 or 3 cops are shot down fucking immediately in every scene because cops have to make the move. That's the reality of it.
I mean, we get fucked a lot. I'll be honest. Like this is not something that happens. Oh, at least when I'm involved, at least a lot of people go down. Yeah,
I go to jail and get fucked.
Because there's like a lot of cops like on the outskirts or whatever that just chill, and then they come in when the shit starts, right? So they're like there because that's why they already have like 8 or 10. You know what I mean?
You get fucked a lot, Curtis?
Oh yeah, baby, you fucking know it.
Jesus, this is
well, I think by your criminal record, you've gotten fucked twice in 4 months.
Because I'm I try to be smart about shit.
That's because he wipes a fucking police. He's a monster.
I don't do that.
I do agree. Zakid does get fucked.
I never said that.
I get fucked all the time. I'm always going to fucking jail.
Bro,
I don't care.
His criminal record, I would say, indicates he does indeed get fucked.
Yeah, but that's because I'll take an L. Listen, bro, bring 15. I'm down for that shit. I love that shit, baby. Bring a fucking tank.
Okay, minus the tank.
All right, no tanks, please, man. No buzzers, no
in the run
tanks.
of a day, I would argue that, Zolo, you don't get fucked at all. You have an average of 10 to 30 months, and with the amount of activity you do in a run of a day, having less than, you've been to jail 8, 12, 14 times with an average of doing 10 to 25 months in jail. You've gone over 30 months twice. No, sorry, 3 times. Once for 50, one for 82, and one for 142.
That's cap.
And on all those, you got 25% reduction. Oh, it's not cap because it's written in front of me.
Wait. Every time I go to jail, it's over 100.
It's because they call. I don't know. Do you see like the hot guns too, or no? I mean, there's hot guns as well, right?
He's got the statistics. You're fucked.
No, it's facts though. I've never been to jail for 30 months. I wish I'll be going to jail every day.
Okay. Let's do this exercise. May 16th, 18 months, $937. On the 16th of May, 18 months, $937.
I don't believe you. What time was that, please?
On May 16th, another one for that. Oh, no, it's the same one.
So it's the same.
May 16th, another one. Here's your biggest one. 142 months with 19,875.
But did you hear
what you just one time?
No. Cole, you just said May 16th 4 times. So they were all the same charges.
They were on the same thing.
Yeah, so I went to jail for 200 months.
You went to jail for 175 months.
200 months. We'll round it up. So what are we saying here?
Are we trying to talking being accurate or what?
No,
Then
I'm just saying
on May
you're moving
11th,
you're moving the
hold on,
goalposts.
no, I'm not. I'm
Round
telling
it
you
up.
exactly your criminal record.
You're moving
Then the only other time you got fucked was this 240 months I referenced. It was on May 11th. That was 240 months and 30,500.
That shit
Then
hurt. That shit
outside of
hurt.
that, 35 months, 30 months, 25 months, all of these are on different days, all throughout April. Then for March, it's 26 months, 30 months, 26 months. And there, yeah, that's pretty much it. And then you got like 150 month, $4,000 fine in March. You guys do not give fuck.
I just got a. It was like an 80K fine, I think.
I'm just.
I
saying,
never
like,
claimed I got fucked.
It got knocked
I'm always down to
like
talk about this,
60
but like I
something.
said, I'm ready for some fights, bro. If you want to make it harder, I'm down. I love this shit. I'll go to jail.
Ace Malik literally has no charges on his record.
Yeah, that's because he sings. Does he even do crime? Does he?
He's
I
had
don't
a
know.
million warrants and never been caught. Then
He just he's in his house all the time, you know?
I haven't know.
let's go to Suarez. Let's go to Suarez. Suarez has been charged 3 times, and I goddamn well know he's done more than 3 charges he copped in fucking March.
I've been charged. Wait, how many times have I been charged?
Y'all are fucking delusional.
Whoa, no, hold on. I never said I got fucked. You know what I'm saying? I understand. Like I've been on the run for a while. Okay, no fucking occurred to me. But you know,
Stone has 1 charge.
Who?
That's surprising. He's always down first.
It's who, Vinny?
well, yeah, Vinny falls off the construction site, so you know that's typical for Vinny. He only has 1 charge.
Mr. K gets fucked more than you guys.
Oh.
I'm looking at his criminal record. He gets fucked more than you.
But that's because he likes the spotlight. He's doing
Wait,
the
but I don't
bombing.
think I
I'll
was
support
saying
the
I
bombing,
get
but I
fucked a
don't do
lot,
the
though.
bombing. You know what I'm saying? I'm
I
just a
don't think I
backup.
said that.
I just support.
Someone
Didn't
on
K
this
break
call
out of
said they
jail?
Yeah, I don't know who said it, but I wasn't saying it.
I'm just saying, guys, that it's just like, I think you're overestimating how much you literally get fucked compared to the cops. That's the point
listen,
I'm trying to make.
I understand, and there's probably a million. The thing is, okay, here's what it is. The build up is we only see what we do, right? But I'm sure there's a million scenarios where this gang shoots the cops, this gang shoots the cops, this gang does that, this gang does that. We don't know that, right? You know that. You have the statistics for that. You see that shit. So you have to it's like kind of, I'm not asking for empathy, but realize we don't see all that shit. We see what we do and we think, oh, maybe it's not that bad. But I mean, you never know what the fuck's going on the other side, right? Same.
That's what I'm trying to give you guys is that so you understand that I don't want to have to come and just kick down shit in your cubby. The other night, Paris was involved in a traffic stop and had fucking evidence from what we believe was a murder passed to her, and then it was doubled down by Richard. Then they literally drop her off to the cubby where we have him tell us that's where she is and with him. And then we have to go in. Then we have no choice but to go into Paris.
Well, I thought to tell you about an illegal meth lab. I thought to tell you about an illegal meth lab.
I mean, you can tell me about an illegal meth lab.
All right.
If you want to.
Oh, sorry. As a gun.
Yeah.
Sorry, I gotta speak.
Zaki misspoke. He didn't mean to say that. I think everyone understands where you're coming from. Oh, I think
saying is give me a chance with this shit for a little bit. You need to stop going by what you feel the last 2 weeks are and just go by what. Just try to fucking fresh slate with us for a little bit. That's what I'm asking.
Okay. All right. I think everyone's on the same level after this combo. I think everyone's paid attention.
Better be, because I just wasted 40 minutes of my fucking day.
Well, I mean, you know, we were talking about getting fucked and stuff like that, you know, and you know what I mean? Like everyone wanted to give their share on how they got fucked left, right, and center, then from above and down, you know? That also added some time to it.
What the fuck are you talking about, Suarez?
What do you mean? We just spent like 10 minutes talking about how Zoe's fucked, Zakid's fucked, Curtis is fucked, Vinny, and we started going through statistics for like 10 extra minutes.
I think only Zakid is fucked. Vinny's hairline is fucked. That's it. But Zakid gets fucked.
Okay, yeah.
On a record supports that.
Shit. Okay, all right.
Just try to have... I'm trying to clean it up, boys. You just gotta... have some faith.
All right.
Okay.
All right. All right. Take it easy, Colt.
Talk to you later.
Talk to you later.
What's all that stuff on the floor?
Do you drop pots? Let me see. All right, that's everything.
You know what I mean? It's the same shit every time. No one understands it from our
yeah. Basically, it comes down to he wants us to conversate and express.
I mean, the way he ended the call right there is that he just wants us to give them a chance and start and act like it's a fresh slate. Forget the last 2 weeks or whatever's been going on and start with a fresh slate. That's what he said.
Coming, Ricky.
That's his. Oh, that's what he ultimately ended with.
These cops know what's going on, bro. Like,
I mean, no, we expressed that. We told Colt that they pulled us over for street racing.
No.
And they said,
I get what you're saying, but cops play dumb in that sense.
Yeah.
Where they're like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, well, I get what you're saying. Where in a sense, it's like, well, isn't that point of having the advantage? What they have the advantage already.
Yeah, they already
so
have
we
the
bring
advantage.
them into an
Me and Key were
ambush.
just talking about it.
Because if we pulled up in that train and be like, "Hey, man, we're gonna shoot you," they're just gonna back up and go away. It's no point.
And like, no, not only that. You remember they've got guns on laps. They literally came to our car and said, "Everybody, put your gun on your lap."
Yeah, Antoine said on the radio.
Cars all doubled up.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
What
Does
are we
he not
supposed to
see
do?
this? Does he not see that?
I know,
that is
well, no, we told him.
Like
We told him that.
And our point of view.
It just comes down to a cop or two got salty, and that's it. And then they probably went and told him and been like, "Yo,
but we don't
that
do
we
that
were
shit. And
we
it's so fucking annoying.
They probably just went and told him, "Yo,
I just don't
they
like
were
the whole
driving."
weekend
And then
squad when K's not around. Like, bro,
I didn't
like when K's not around. Listen, that narrative. If
it's
K's
so
not
annoying.
around, if K is not around, we can't do this if K is not around, bro.
Taylor does crazy ass
At the
shit
end of the day,
all
bro,
time.
I'm my own guy, entertaining my own people. K brings me in on everything, and yeah, I love K, bro. Like that's what I do with K. It's fucking sick, and I'm doing it all the time. I'm not shitting on that. I'm very thankful. At the same time, when he's not around, what am I supposed to do? Just sit? Like I've got to do my own thing.
That's
and when
what
I do
people
it,
want
we
us to
get
do, bro.
penalized. And then when we hang out with him, I'm a this and that, and then I don't even want to call the guy anymore because everyone's shitting on me because oh, you don't do anything without K. You hold K's pocket. You only do this.
You're damn if you do. You damn if
you know what I mean? So it's like either I'm an ass lick and only do shit with K, but when I do shit on my own, I'm in. You get what I'm saying? Like.
Oh, we get.
I don't like the narrative where it's like the week. Like, listen, I'm with K. We're with K 5 days out of the week, and we shooting cops. We've been up on them cops. We have warrants for the transport that we got out, and that's like I told Colt. What about when we held up those cops hostage, the kid, and we got gunned down? Oh, like like these cops came. Had multiple conversations with us, gun on lap, talking to us. Y'all know what it is. And then all of a sudden, boom.
No, exactly.
We just gotta talk more, man.
Yeah, we're just saying to say more.
I guess we do have to complain more, like the actual.
No. I think we just gotta, bro,
Oh, just say something like we just gotta say more than the gas thing before we start shooting. You know, I don't know. I think that's what it boils down to.
We just gotta talk more before we pop off.
You know what? I'm gonna tell him to get ARs. I'm gonna tell him to get set up. Actually, I'm gonna tell him where the ambush is. Fuck it.
And oh man, oh man. What a day, man. What a day. Yeah, just so you all know, chat, I never actually went to a street race at all this morning, you know? Got for that out there, so. 5 gifted if you fly by Colt and gun him down. 5 gifted. Oh man.
Where you going here? Go to the cubby, man.
In my car?
This
Can I park this up?
Cool.
Come on, we'll just take the car.
Can we take this to Cubby?
Oh yeah, you can fly.
I
Actually,
got
yeah.
stuff in the trunk. Oh.
I don't have keys.
All right, someone grab the other 11 in there. I grabbed some.
Did you get everything? You did.
Yes, yeah. The trunk is empty. Yeah. Where's the shit go? Warehouse? Right.
Oh no! Why did you put my car like this? Hold on, I'm gonna grab it.
You got shit in the trunk?
Yeah, leave it in the trunk. Let me put this up real quick.
All right, where am I putting the pots though? In the storage?
No. I'll put the pots upstairs.
I'll put the coaches here then. Oh, so in the warehouse upstairs or?
No.